Superintendent, beginning his 14th year as super at Western Schools, Mike Smajda. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Bart, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All ready for another school year?
I'm still waiting for that third month of summer.
I know.
You know, they said teachers going to teaching to get 3 months off. I don't know where the 3 months went.
No, it really, I think everybody's in agreement. This summer has flown by.
It has.
Yeah.
Very busy.
But we've had awesome weather for the most part, I think.
Yeah, we've had a few monsoons, but no, it's been good weather actually.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll have a lot more beautiful weather.
I enjoyed this weekend. It made me feel like fall, which plays into the lead there. And
You know, I didn't hear any complaints about a rainy Saturday because we haven't had one.
yeah, we enjoyed our Saturday. It was a good excuse to stay in the house, do nothing.
There were some outdoor weddings that were scrambling. I know that. Yeah. Got to have a plan B. All right, so what's the first day of school?
First day of school for kids is next Wednesday.
Oh, man.
Staff is back next Monday. Our new teachers come in tomorrow for orientation. And we're still looking for some teachers. I know across the county, across the state, we're looking for teachers. So anybody looking for a teaching job, they're out there.
It's a nationwide teaching shortage.
And it's not just teachers. I mean, we're in a situation where parapros, you know, we have some nice hourly jobs working as parapros. So if parents or moms and dads want a part-time job, work 9 months a year, work the school schedule, we have some nice jobs available as parapros, lit coaches, RTI folks. Always can use bus drivers. So, you know, there's work to be had out there. And I know we're not the only ones. Had a meeting with superintendents the other day, and we talked about sheriff's deputies. And there's a shortage there. So everywhere you go, we're looking for good workers.
You're looking for your administrative assistant.
Yeah, unfortunately, Michelle found a better opportunity closer to home. She's been commuting. She got married last winter, my administrative assistant, and she's been commuting an hour one way for the last, I'd say, about 7-8 months. And you know, before the snow flies, it makes a lot of sense for her. But we're going to miss her. So she's going to be working with us on the way out, but we're going to have her part-time off and on for the next several weeks as we look to replace her, which that's a challenge. I offered you the job, but you turned me down already.
I did. I couldn't work for you. No, actually, what a great job working for Mike Smajda. And details on the job are on the district's Facebook page and their website. You also had some other big shoes to fill. Have a new athletic director.
We did. Ryan Hackworth left us to go to Columbia. Again, working closer to home, and you don't begrudge anybody for that. And so we were fortunate. We hired Scott Farley. Scott Farley most recently was at JPS, working as their football coach and PE teacher. Has been athletic director at Leslie and administrator at Leslie, and we're real excited. Scott brings a pretty broad skill set to the district, so we're real excited about this year with Scott on board.
Yeah, Scott's a great guy. I think it's going to be great for Scott and the district. And also, I was surprised I didn't realize this, but Paul Bickle retired as your band director, and I think between all the schools he worked in, he's got over 30 years directing band.
Yeah, Paul's going to be a big loss. Amazing band director, and he's been Western Band for many, many years. And in fact, I think we've had 2 band directors, if I'm not mistaken, in the last 40 years or more. And no, we were fortunate to find a young man, Darren Goods, replacing Paul right now in the band. They went through his first band camp in July. You know, he had to fend off the questions about, well, this isn't how we do it. Well, that's how we do it now. So, but he's doing a great job. We have really an amazing young music talent in our high school, middle school department. Between him and John Taj Wallace and Christina Prater, we have some good things happening.
Yes, you've got, I think any band, tradition probably outlasts the directors, and they can't bring their traditions. They've got to be molded into the traditions of the district.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. You know, Paul was Western. And so, you know, one of the conversations I had with Darren when I get to do a last screening of the candidates before they go to the board for official hire. And I met with the young man. I said, how are you going to handle this? And what a confident young man. He says, you know, I'm not replacing Paul. I'm going to be me. And we're excited about that. So,
Cool. Well, I think the last time you were here, we were talking about the new elementary campus. The voters in the district approved the bond to build a new elementary school. And it was close. And I think there was some nail biting toward the end because the votes, the way they were coming in, I think, was it like all the absentee votes came in last and that pushed it over the top?
I'm not sure which came first, but there was a lot of questions. Last minute, it looked like it passed, but then we heard rumors of absentee ballots and all sorts of things. So it was a rough night to sleep that night because I wasn't sure one way or the other where we were at. So fortunately, the voters in our community did approve it. We're real excited. We think this is going to be just another jewel in our crown as a Western School District, and it's going to be an incredible gift for our community for years to come.
What's the timeline for that?
Well, we had a design meeting today, so we're in design phase, and we're working with our architects. We're hoping to go out to bid in early to late spring. Hopefully May would be ideal, but we're real excited, and this ground could break as soon as a year from now. We have shifted gears a little. We are using a local contract as our CM. We're using R.W. Mercer. We're real excited to get them on board.
Wow, that's
to work
great.
with us. And Toby Jones of Jones Construction Solutions is going to be our owner's rep. So we're really excited that between the two of them, we're bound by least responsive bidder requirements by the state, but being able to have those people overseeing the project locally, we're really excited about getting some local participation.
That's great. And I think Toby lives in the district too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Toby lives in the district. He's a Parma boy. I believe his grandpa was a dentist in Parma once upon a time, and he's got a lot of history, but loves the district, and I think he's going to be a great owner's rep for us. And we're real excited. Had a great meeting with R.W. Mercer and Andy Mercer and his crew. We're excited to get them on board.
That's great. Good news to hear about the local impact that project will have. It's great news. So last week, Lumen Christi announced they're leaving the Interstate 8 conference, of which Western's a member. They're going to be part of the Catholic conference. It's 27 schools, now 28 schools.
Oh, wow.
Next year, Lumen will be in that. But, so you lose, that's been a rivalry. How does the, and Cascades Conference is going to change a little bit, adding some new people. Is this the shakeup? Is this the, every 10 years, it seems like we got to, it's like redistricting.
There it is, there it is. It does seem like that. I mean, I remember when I first got here, we had one conference, then we went to, I think we're in the Capitol Conference for a few years, and then our athletic director, I think it was Jason Porter at the time, we helped create the I-8. And the I-8's a great conference. We really enjoy being part of it. And it's just, Lumen, I think, sees their direction a little different. And, working with the Catholic schools in the Detroit Conference, I think will be a good fit for them. Challenge for us in the I-8 is who replaces them. Mm-hmm. That'll be the challenge.
Yeah, so how does that happen? Because I think, let's see, Stockbridge, one of the two is possibly sitting out there looking for a new, Leslie, must be Leslie.
Leslie would be a little smaller for us than, when it comes to offering of varsity sports as well as sub-varsity sports. Mm-hmm. We want a school of similar size so they have the same offerings we have. And so that'll be the challenge, and we'll see what happens. I know there's already some politicking going on, and we'll take applications. I know people would like to recruit us to a different conference, so there's a lot of work. Scott has his hands full in helping navigate through that. Yeah,
it's an interesting process because I believe in most cases, one school in a conference has the veto power. So I think that's been one of the most difficult things about conference realignment is one guy doesn't want you in, it ain't going to happen.
Well, our bylaws, I believe you have to get 6 out of the 8 votes.
Okay.
So, well,
3 guys don't want you.
I guess you're right, because if you think about it, the person leaving doesn't get a vote, so So the last vote,
Right.
you have one or two votes to get there. You know, there could be conference realignment, and if there is, you know, we'll deal with it. But yeah, we really enjoy our I-8. It's a nice conference. We've been pretty solid. You know, with the exception of Charlotte leaving us and Hastings coming on board, it's been a pretty consistent conference.
Yeah, and you obviously have never had your car get stuck in the field at Hastings.
Don't park in the field.
Don't park in the field, especially if it's raining. So what's new at Western besides some of the new people that students will see?
You know, it's a new school year, and you know, I really don't like to use that normal word, so maybe we're getting back to business as usual. It's going to be exciting to have kids and teachers back, and just get back to what our teachers do best, and that's be in front of kids and work with kids.
It sounds like I've talked to a couple of superintendents already this summer, and they're really happy that the schools are safer. The superintendents, administrators feel like there have been a lot of things that have occurred that the districts have done to make the campus safer and the health of the students more protected. And I know that's the case at Western.
Yeah. There's something else new happening. We're going to be getting a new liaison officer. We have a little change up. We have our old liaison officer, former liaison officer. We believe he's going to be leaving. I won't say where until they have their board meeting tonight. But no, having a school liaison officer, resource officer, it's a great asset to the district. It just gives that extra layer of security. You know, we do a lot. We purchased the boot system a few years ago, which is an instant alert, instant notification between the building and the district and law enforcement that a lockdown situation is present. So again, it's one of those things you hope you never have to use, but that peace of mind having it there and knowing that help's on its way immediately is very helpful.
Yeah, that's great to know. I remember as a kid, one of the things that every teacher liked to do on the first day of school, the essay, what I did on my summer vacation. So if you were assigned that, what would you say?
First off, I'd procrastinate and answering it until the last minute was due. You know, it's been a good summer. You know, we're trying to get a chance to get away. Got up to Wisconsin a few times, enjoyed some family time. Did some house projects, working on some house projects with my daughter and her future husband. So, you know, it's just trying to relax, but at the same time, there's a lot happening in the summer.
That's right, you have a wedding.
I do. My baby girl, who's 31, her and her fiance are getting married at the end of October, so we're real excited about that.
Nice. And I would bet that in your trips to Wisconsin, you went through the UP.
Yes. You know, we try to avoid as much traffic as possible.
That's, I think, you know, a beautiful trip, but it's long.
Yeah, it can be. You get used to it. It's, you know, you have your benchmarks along the way. You know, you have your certain rest stops, and you know, dog's got to take a break too. So.
I was in one of your buildings last week picking up my grandson from the Western Panthers daycare and preschool, and that Woodville campus building, I mean, it's a really cool building. Is that going to still remain once the new elementary is done?
Yes, we don't have any immediate plans for that at this time. So we still have a partnership with Early Impressions. They operate Little Panther Daycare now for us. And so we still have that partnership, and that still houses our alternative ed program, which is our Western Career Prep High School. So as of right now, there are no plans to get rid of that building. There's some things we're working on in the future to hopefully improve that situation. But that's not part of this bond.
Okay. I walked in the building and I thought, there must be a pool in here. It smells like chlorine. And it's a preschool, and they tend to smell like chlorine too.
It's just the wipes.
All right. Well, have a great school year.
Thank you.
To you and everyone at in the Panther family.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Superintendent at Western Schools, Mike Smajda. We've got lots more on today's show. Matt Kerfman, he's got